No,
Yeah.
real life
Hi,
stuff.
this is Aaron Justin Bryant from Table Knights Entertainment. With me is Lonnie and Rob Spangler. Guys, go ahead and introduce.
Hello. Greetings.
We're going to be playing Star Wars for a few credits more today. Please tell us a little bit about your characters.
I'm going to be playing our Juno Pike, and our Juno Pike is a poor boy from the lower levels, or was a poor boy from the lower levels of Coruscant, and in his early teens he joined a swoop bike gang. I believe it's called they were called Engines of Freedom.
Yes.
And he was kind of tempted to join the swoop bike gang because they thought they were going to be fighting back against the Empire and kind of rising above some of the oppression that they were feeling and poverty. And instead, it turned out that they were basically fighting rival gangs and profiting from black market weapons and spice. And eventually, he sold out his boss and turned him in exchange for enough money to get off the planet and to get a bounty hunter's license, and left that life behind. And that's pretty much Pike. He's a bounty hunter assassin.
What a duplicitous bastard.
Yes.
All right, and Rob?
My character is a smuggler, a human smuggler. His name is Doss Window, and he started out a very similar situation, although on Corellia, he was kind of left as not quite orphan. He has no idea what happened to his parents, but they all lived along with a couple of other families, and they basically all took turns making money freighting like the main trade lanes and stuff like that, and hiring themselves out to deliver stuff. At one point, the Empire boarded their ship and basically took everybody, and Doss escaped. He's not quite sure how that happened. He doesn't really remember, but he ended up on the streets of Corellia, and he got in with some less than reputable people, and started learning the smuggling trade and that sort of thing. And basically, he got his own ship from his mentor, and his mentor also kind of got him into a little bit of trouble with the Hutts and things. So that's kind of where he's at now. It's basically a lot of the Hutts were after him, and finally Fendo kind of nipped everything in the bud and said, "Yeah, you're not going after this guy anymore. I have his bounty, and you don't claim it." So that's kind of where he's at, and so he's kind of under the thumb of Fendo, but also he has his old mentor that he works with from time to time, and that's kind of where he's at, and he kind of gets into trouble here and there with them, trying to struggle along those two lines.
All right. So to start off, I want you guys to roll the Destiny pool, please. One force die for each of you.
That's the blue die, right? Or no?
No, the white die.
White die. One die. Ah, oops. Where's the clear on here? That's not going to work.
Force
Where's
point.
the clear? What's that?
I got one force point.
You rolled like three other dice.
Yeah, I know it. I'm looking for the clear button. I was experimenting with that earlier.
The clear button does not exist. There's a minus button, and that's the only way you can get rid of the dice.
Okay.
All right, so there's two light side points, so the force is with you, my friends.
Yay! For once.
Okay. That being said, I'm going to let you know where your head's at right before we start for the purposes of obligation. I rolled a 21%, which, Lonnie, your character is Pike, correct?
That's right.
All right. So Pike is actually got his mind on his not so honeyboo anymore, Gref,
Mm-hmm.
and He's been thinking about her for the last few days, and it's caused him a little stress. And you've kind of been annoying Doss with it. So you take 2 points of strain, and Doss takes 1 at the start. Just for you guys who are watching who don't know how the system works, at the beginning of a session, you can roll obligation. And that's rolling a percentile, and if it falls within anybody's obligation magnitude on the chart, then their obligation is activated. And basically you want to kind of try to steer the session around that obligation. So we may be seeing some of Pike's old friends, considering that we actually are on the planet where you originated with this group. That's correct, right?
That's correct, yep.
All right. Sorry, I'm still trying to learn you guys' characters.
Sure.
All right.
Me too.
Let's see. So, you guys were sent on a mission, and you're right in the middle of it. And Jovel, the Bothan slicer that you took with you, goes, "Guys, there's going to be some trouble." And right after he says that, wow, wow, wow. Wow.
Jovo, that's kind of funny because that's exactly the opposite thing you said would happen when we started. I believe you said there'd be no trouble when I signed onto this.
I didn't. The data was too encrypted. Let's get out. I got it. And he starts running towards the exit.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna have to write a stern letter to your parents.
He's like, fan-fucking-tastic, funny, and he's like clapping his hands as he's running down the hall. I'm assuming you guys are following him.
Absolutely, yeah. I take a big sigh and take up running after him.
And drawing my blaster.
All right. You see, Jovel draws his blaster as well. And the moment you get out of the facility after passing through a few automated doors, see a parked automated speeder about 30 feet away from you. And there's some traffic bustling about. And then you hear behind you a bunch of different footsteps. Like, it sounds like there's an army about to encroach upon you.
Mm. Huh. Yay, I love that sound.
Jovel's like, anybody got any fare for a cab? And he runs towards the taxi.
Pike runs up and he goes, "Yeah, I got it right here," and he shoves his blaster in the driver's face.
The moment you get in, the face of the driver turns around 180 degrees, and it says, "Hello, welcome to the cab. How can I help you?"
Ah, great. All right. We need to. I assume we had a rendezvous point.
Yes, you did, and you know that's Chopper's garage.
Okay. Yeah, back to Chopper's garage and step on it.
Taking you to closest quadrant L42 Chopper's garage, and he starts driving away. And as he's driving away, let's see if any of these assholes get lucky. And when you guys look back, there's about 12 of these guys, and 3 of them come out of a garage on swoop bikes.
Great. Okay.
Okay. So none of them hit you. They do shoot the fucking cab driver, though, right in the head. And the droid's head explodes, and you hear the automated system of the cab go, "Have a lovely day." And the airspeeder begins plummeting to the ground.
That's not a good place.
Jovel is like any cat falling from a great height, clinging on to the nearest thing that he can find, which is you, Pike. And he's like, "Ah!"
Lick on me,
Is
stop
anybody
shrieking in
here? Somebody save us! And he just starts like crying desperately. Is anybody going to try and take the wheel?
I was going to give Doss the chance if he wanted to, because I've been flapping my gum so far.
Yeah, I'll try to do that. Although I don't think I really have much for piloting skill planetary, but I'll give it a shot.
All right, so go ahead and make an average planetary piloting check trying to get control of the airspeeder.
Okay. What's the difficulty on that? Is that 2 or 1?
Average is 2.
2. Okay. Let's see if I can roll this without 5 million things coming up. Okay, 4 successes and 2 fails, looks like.
It automatically does the math.
Yeah, 2 advantage.
You're not bringing it up just yet. However, how do you want to use that advantage? You get to narrate all successes, advantages, and triumphs in this game.
Okay. I will say that we're still falling, but he manages to miraculously get through like a really huge, crowded beltway of all these cars going by, these air cars shooting by. So it's like this huge stream of air cars and everything else, and through some miracle, he manages to get right through it, and so that might cause an issue with the swoop bikes trying to keep up with us.
Right. Okay. So that definitely is going to cause an issue for them. However, in about 2 turns, the car is going to crash.
Okay.
So next check, you may want to use a light side point to upgrade one of your dice. Now, we're going to see how well the fellas make it through this. There's 3 of them on swoop bikes, and that's going to be 3 checks. Ooh. Oh, okay. So those cars helped out a fucking lot. You see one of them make it through, but the back of his swoop is tagged, and he loses his control a little bit. Another one crashes straight into another swoop and blows up, just completely decimated. Another one looks like he's about to go through, but then pulls up at the last second, and he just like shakes his head, and the camera pans in on his face, and he goes, "I'm not that fucking crazy." And he turns around and goes back to the Black Suns. All right, it's now your turn. You got 1 guy left on your tail, and let's see, Pike, would you like to try and take a shot out of the falling cab?
Yeah, that's what I think I would do. I'd lean kind of half out with my blaster carbine, and take a shot at this swoop bike dude.
All right,
here.
hold on. Because you don't have to do a maneuver to get anywhere, would you like to aim with your maneuver?
Absolutely.
Give yourself a blue boost die.
Okay. So I'm going to add a blue boost die, and I think I've got 2 green and 1 yellow. 2, get the terminology, that'd be 2 skill and 1...
What's your agility?
My agility is 3, and my ranged heavy is 1. So that'd be...
Okay, so you have a total of 3 dice, and 1 of those is upgraded.
Right. Cool.
So it's 2 green, 1 yellow. And the difficulty check is a 1 purple die and 1 red die, because it's a little bit more dangerous than your normal shot.
Sure. Sure, I'm hanging out of a crashing air speeder. All right, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Let me...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was getting sound effects.
Yeah.
All right.
2 successes and 3 not triumph, but advantage, right?
All right. And you were aiming at him, not the swoop, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the damage on your carbine?
Well, the damage on my carbine is 9, so that would be an 11.
Damn, that's 11.
Yeah. And I can spend that to get a crit too, right? Because it's got a crit of 3, so I've got...
You can do a crit. Go ahead and roll the percentile, and let's do the first crit of the game.
Okay. All right. I shoot best when I'm hanging out of the speeder sideways.
Right?
Yep.
Apparently.
Percentile. Am I... Are there percentile dice on this thing? Oh, right here.
There's
Okay.
the percent
Yes,
button.
it's the giant percent button.
Yes, I'll pick up eventually.
All right.
61%.
So you happen to. That's a 61%.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's reeling from that shot, and he loses hold of the bike. Do you have a Wilhelm scream?
I don't, but that would be awesome. I wish I had one.
Make a Wilhelm scream if you can. And he falls off the speeder, and not the speeder, the swoop, and the swoop falls after him.
Sweet.
However, Das, you still got to get control of the ship.
Okay. This is a lifesaver here, so I think I'll take your advice and use one of the dice. And I know you're doing it just to destroy our lives. No. Anyway, okay. So normal difficulty, kablooey.
There you go. Well, you didn't upgrade one of your yellow dice, or one of your green dice. So you can roll it again, and whichever one is better, I'll let you have it.
Okay. Let's try that again.
Yeah, I'll let you have the other one.
Ah, yeah.
You did better. You did better with less.
That happens a lot with me.
Um.
That's what she said.
Okay, so go ahead and describe your success in piloting the ship and the 2 advantage you got.
Okay. Basically, this thing's going down and down and down and down, and it's just about to collide with this other car that's closer to the ground, right? And he pulls it up just in time, and then it goes boop, and just barely taps the guy. He turns around, and he's like, but anyway, that like causes a bit of a commotion with some of the other people there, and it's going to make us easier to slip out of sight without anybody noticing anything going on.
Fantastic. Because there are patrol cars coming by, and you're going to need to make a stealth check if you guys want to get out of there. All right.
Okay.
If you can blend in with the rabble.
Okay.
And it will be a difficulty of just 1. I think based off your agility.
Okay. Are we out of the vehicle yet, or are we just trying to kind of sneak by with the vehicle?
You're trying to blend the vehicle in with the surrounding vehicles and the rabble, because you see police cars coming in towards the.
You need to fly casual, Rob.
Okay, yeah. And turn down the subwoofer. Yeah, turn down the subwoofer. That just automatically draws attention.
You know what? If you do enough references that make me laugh, I may give you like 1 experience point, because that's still pretty powerful in this game.
You opened up a big can of worms just then.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your stealth check.
Okay, so I've got basically 4 agility, so that's 4 green, right, and then 1 purple. Is that correct?
Do you have any training in stealth?
Nope. Interestingly, that's not what you would call a class skill, I guess.
Right. Well, you're a scoundrel. You're not a thief. All right. So go ahead and roll.
All right.
Damn.
Nice.
You fucking blend the fuck in. All right. So go ahead and narrate that for us.
Let's see. Basically, once I regain control of everything, there's basically a big cloud of smoke that we go puffing through, and managed to slam on the brakes for a bit, and we're just kind of in that puffy smoke and everything else, and getting a little bit poisoned from it, but as the cop cars go by, we just kind of zip right back out through, and basically that's it. That's all I can really think of at the moment.
As you pull out of the puff of smoke, Jovel turns to Pike and he goes, Are we alive?
No, we're not. We're dead. Give me all your credits. You won't need them. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He looks at you and he goes, "Don't need to be a jerk about it." And
I think I do.
like,
I think I do, actually.
his claws are shaking, and he just kind of like puts his paws down, and just keeps breathing.
Doss grabs a little data pad, and he's like, "Dear Joval's parents."
He's like, "Oh, you were serious?"
Yeah. Sirius is a great dragon heart attack. That's what I'm serious talking about here.
And
This is nuts.
He goes, "Yeah, that was pretty crazy."
All you had to do is get data. I thought that's kind of what you do.
Yeah, but they didn't give me the right specs for the security. The encryptions were a lot more powerful than I was told. Okay, I couldn't be prepared for that kind of thing, just out of nowhere.
All right, kid. Well, I guess we'll just try to make our way back. Let's get back to Choppers.
You head through the alleyways and you go to the lower levels of Coruscant, and you get into Choppers' garage. And the moment you walk in, it's a bit of a familiar feel, especially to you, Pike. When you were just a tyke, you'd been there before.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one on Coruscant, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank God. Good. Okay. I'm remembering.
Too many planets with the name Core in them.
Yes. You'd been in Chopper's shop before. He used to do work for the Engines of Freedom when you were just a young kid, and you haven't seen him in 10 years, but you know that this job was important to everybody involved, and he doesn't know all the details of what happened, so he's still pretty friendly with you.
Okay.
And when you guys pull in, you notice sparks flying everywhere, and you hear the hum of machines and half-built droids. And there's all sorts of strange, weird contraptions stacked like all the way up to the ceiling. And there are some Ugnaughts, wielding like different sorts of tools. Some of them are welding, disassembling air speeders, and you're not really paying them any mind because, I mean, this is all a familiar sight to you guys. And then from the back of the room, you see the scruffy face of the Basilisk Chopper, and with his two top hands, he opens them wide for a hug as he scratches himself with his bottom two hands, and he goes, "Hey, my friends. It's so good to see you again. Pike, you got big. How you been doing?"
Good. I'm getting fat and happy off of Empire money is what I'm doing.
He laughs. "I hope you're draining them of every penny they have."
Every one I can get my hands on.
"Fantastic. And who's your friend here?"
This is Das Window. He's a pretty awesome pilot, pretty cool guy. Don't believe him if he says he knows a good slicer, though.
He goes,
Yeah, that's true. I don't know a good slicer.
He goes, "Did Jovel fuck up?" And he looks at Jovel. "Did you fuck up?" And Jovel goes, "Listen, okay, you gave me the wrong encryption," and he takes a flamethrower and points it at Jovel's feet and lights it, and Jovel goes, "Ah!" And he goes, "Don't blame me, Jovel. You've been trained to deal with improvisational bullshit. Just do the job and don't fuck up." And he's like, "Okay, fine. I'm sorry, Chops." And he goes, "Go to the back. I will deal with you later." And he puts one of his four hands on his face and just rubs his temples, and he looks at you guys again. He goes, "Okay, now, did you bring the data? Did you at least get it?"
He says he got it, and I guess we probably have a data stick or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he got it. We didn't have a chance to look at it. I mean, there were suns. What are they called? Suns?
Black suns.
Black suns. There were black suns all over us. Thanks to Das here, though, we shook them. But have a look at this. See if we got what we need.
He takes the stick and he walks over to a terminal, and he plugs it in and starts working with two of his hands. And the other two he crosses, and he looks at you guys and he goes, "So how'd you guys get in?"
Well, it wasn't easy. Let's suffice it to say that there's less black suns than there were a few hours ago.
When you say that, the corner of his mouth turns up in a grin, and he goes, "How many did you take out there?"
You know, I don't like to throw out numbers because people never believe me.
And he goes, Pike. And he goes, "What about you, Doss? You got anything interesting that went on?"
No, well, not a whole lot. The big guy here took care of most of it. I was along for the ride, and apparently the ride was a little bit bumpy at the end, but everything else pretty much went according to plan.
He scratches his chin and he goes, What do you mean by bumpy exactly?"
Well, did you see the thing we rode in on?
Yeah, it's an airspeeder.
Yeah.
Looks like one of the automated ones.
Yep. Not exactly automated, anymore. Not so much.
He scratches his chin and he goes, "If you were willing to lose," and two of his hands make a quote gesture, "that particular speeder, I'd be willing to lose some credits."
What speeder?
And he goes, "What 300 credits?" And he tosses you a chip.
Okay, cool.
And he goes, "All right, let's see what we got here." Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, once we have this bounty hunter's identity secured, the Pike family is going to want you to bring him down for his betrayal. Did they tell you everything?
I don't think they told us everything. You know that they never tell us everything.
Well, I'm different. You're family, so I'll let you in. You feel a little twinge in your heart when he says family, because you're thinking about the terrible things you did to your former comrades. And he goes, "Yeah, there's apparently a bounty hunter that they want you to bring down. He cost the bosses a pretty penny stealing a shipment of their spice and bringing it to the Black Suns instead. Unsurprisingly, the Pikes ain't none too happy about it," and he types in something on the keyboard. "And they're going to pay you pretty good if you take care of the problem for them. They may even forget about a couple of favors you owe them, perhaps, or, they might pay off any of your existing debts."
Really?
"Maybe." And he scratches his nose. "The Pikes are fair people. They don't. They may be criminals, but they've got their honor." And he says to Jovel, "Jovel, come here." And Jovel walks back out and he goes, "What, boss?" And he goes, "Finish the rest of the encryption. See if there's anything I'm missing. You're better at it than me, even though you fuck up." And he taps Jovel on the back of the head and has him sit down at the computer. And let's see if Jovel actually gets anything. Hold on. Jovel has an intellect of 4 and computer skill of 2. and it is a hard check. However, I'm going to say that the dark side of the Force is going to try and shroud some information. And the dark side wins. Oh, wait, no, I fucked up. That's my bad. It's only supposed to be 3 difficulty dice in total, and I upgraded one of the challenge dice. That was my bad. Okay, the dark side of the Force doesn't win, but something bad does happen. So
he gets busted again. Breep, breep, breep. Son of a crap.
As per the success, he says after he scans the files that it looks like the bounty hunter only delivered a part of the spice shipment, and he looks at it closely. It looks like some guy named Nikto is holding out on the rest of it. And as he does this, the data stick starts steaming, and then and he goes, "Oh, god damn it!" And Chopper just stares at him.
Forgot the heat sink, didn't he?
He forgot the fucking heat sink. How many times do I have to remind you? The heat sink! And he goes, "You know what? Yeah, And he just hands over a credit sheet to to Chopper, and he goes, "Here, this should cover it." And he goes, "I'm taking it out of your pay again." And he goes, "Yeah, I know." And he just goes back to his room. And he goes, "All right. So, is there anything you want to know about this guy before you go off on him?"
Yeah. Can we get a hollow pic of him? Places that he hangs out at? Any kind of information like that?
Yeah. Let me see what I can pull up. Okay. Looks like. He's going under an alias. He was working for the Pikes, dispatching a rival smuggler, and he was supposed to intercept the shipment. And then he betrayed the Pikes, which you guys know. And it cost him several 100,000 credits. And he pulls up a pic, and it shows a 6-foot tall man with blue spiked hair and a clean-shaven face. And he goes, "That's what the fellow looks like." And so if you catch him alive, they'll pay you a little bit more, but they don't mind him being dead. In fact, the prices for dead or alive are pretty similar. If you bring him in alive, you'll get 1,500. If you bring him in dead, it'll be 1,000. However, and he says this with a little bit of a whisper, if you do find him, you might be able to find the shipment of spice which he has hidden away. That being said, I wouldn't personally go against the Pikes, but that's a choice for you.
Yeah, I got you. I'm feeling you.
And he turns the computer off, and he shakes his head and he goes, "So, is there anything I can get for you before you head out? I would suggest a few places you might want to check out. Yeah. There's the Umbra Club. It's kind of a seedy den full of death stick dealers. It caters to the criminal world in Coruscant. Actually, I think some of the engines of freedom might still be there. Like if you're looking to meet up with some old friends. There's also the Spider, and the Zelcom Tower is a little bit more official, but you might be able to find some information."
Right. The death stick manufacturers, they should work harder on their marketing. I mean, why shouldn't they be happy sticks? How are you possibly going to sell somebody a death stick?
Hallucinogens and desperate need to get away from the world.
Death would do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is this guy's name Chopper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chopper. Thanks, Chopper. We're gonna get to work, and thank you very much. And let me know if you need help repainting that speeder.
And he goes,
What speeder?
and he goes, I don't know what speeder you're talking about. And he turns around and he smiles and he says, "See you later, boys. Have fun." And he tosses you a pair of keys, and he says, "Bring back my speeder when you're done with it. That's the speeder that I remember." He's giving you transportation for the city.
Sure. Awesome. Thanks again, Chopper. You're the best.
No problem.
All right. So, let's see. Now, I could probably use my Streetwise to kind of maybe help me figure out which one of these places he might be at. Is that correct?
You most certainly can. However, you're less likely to find this guy at one of these places and more likely to find information
Right.
on
Right. So I could we could go do that, and is it mechanically I would use the role, like we role play?
You would go to these places in game, and we'll do some role playing there, and I mean, there's definitely going to be rolling within it, but you wouldn't role play for, the whole shebang. It's more intricate than that, my friend.
No, good. No, I was trying to find out which method we would be using here. If I use the roll to find where I'm going, and then I role play that, or we role play and then see what the results are. So,
but yeah, you have 3 different places that you know to look at: the Umbra Club, the Spider, and the Zelcom Tower.
I'm not. If we can avoid it, I'd like to avoid changing into something more comfortable. So, where do you suppose we would look like we fit in?
Probably at the Umbro. I mean, am I right in thinking that?
You are most certainly correct, because you look like a band of smuggling dirtbags.
Yeah.
Yay!
Which
That
I
could be our
assume is
team
what you
name,
were
by the way.
going for.
Yep.
Yep. The smuggling dirtbags of the verbing noun.
Yes.
Oh.
Smuggling bags of verbing.
I forgot. Okay, so please explain to them what you're talking about.
The verbing noun is the name of our starship, which is a YT-1300. It's a little bit shinier than your traditional 1300. More of chrome accents and that sort of thing, a la the cruisers from episode 1. But basically, yep, that's the name of the ship, the verbing noun. It makes sense, because that's generally the way you name a ship. Might as well just get right down to brass tacks. Or chrome ones.
I think I thought that was like way too funny. I love that name.
I kind of think
anyways.
too the name kind of the subtext of the name is probably that we would almost do anything to anyone. We're the verb any noun.
That's a little bit deeper than I realized.
And scary.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, and some of that is probably not good for these types of things for rated PG or PG-13 games. But anyway.
Oh no!
Off screen.
This is not PG-13. This is an adult channel.
Star Wars After Dark.
You know what that happens every once in a while? No, off screen. Oh God, what's happening? Oh, feedback. Okay, there we go. All right.
Uh-oh.
Are you still with us, Aaron? Is that your keyboard I hear rattling, Rob, or is that Aaron?
It could be me clicking around. I was just checking all my resource levels on my machine just to see if I didn't cause all that. Oh, that was you.
I'm turning mine down a little bit, I think. See?
Yeah, I think I'll turn mine down too. Because it all started when I turned mine back up. I had it turned down for a while, and I don't know if that really matters from your machine to mine or whatever.
I have no idea. Let me see. Do you have Facebook up, Rob?
I can get it back up here pretty quick.
Because that's probably where he'll message us if he's having problems.
Sure. Let's just pull this back down.
How's that blaster sound?
Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I forgot I was going to make a character in the Old Republic for my image, but I don't know how to set up, like your lower third for this game. So.
Yeah, I think you might have to use the toolbox, but I'm not sure either. There's cool ways that I guess you can use an overlay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you can create like a file with the transparency where you can get elaborate, more elaborate with it, which is kind of cool. But
yeah, I like his. It's pretty cool. That's probably all I need is something like that.
If you look at on the Star Wars Tides of Change group on Facebook, they run a bunch of stuff. Andre, the main guy that runs most of those games, he has a cool sort of I'm trying to think of, goes around the outside and it actually names all the dice and all that kind of stuff, so you can. Okay, he said he sent a message saying he's going to be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, so.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties do happen every once in a while, even on this most prestigious and what's the word I'm looking for? Professional show. Which is
the wonders of technology.
Because I have the worst technology setup right now. I have a notebook and a 7-year-old computer.
Oh, that would do it. Yeah.
Yep. Not doing great. Okay. So, that being said, you are attempting to find this bounty hunter turned smuggling thief. And where was it that you all were heading to?
I believe we decided to go to the Umbra. The Umbra.
The Umbrella Club? The Umbra Club? That's what I meant to say. Whoops.
Yep.
Okay. So you put in the navigation, and you're headed that way. And on your way, you can see some Securabots just kind of looking around, and there's lots of different security bot cars being driven around. And you probably think that that's from what happened with you guys earlier. Raise security in this particular area just a little bit. But it's not too long before you get to the Umbra Club. Now, while you guys are driving there, do you want to do a little bit of banter in the car, or are you okay with not doing that?
Sure. No, that's cool. Das. Boss.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
One thing to think about is when we go into this place, avoid saying my name a bunch. You need to talk.
You got it, Blake.
Look at me and say it, but just avoid saying my name a lot. I don't want to hear my name a lot when we go in here. Just play it cool, man. I know this place, but we need to make this somewhat discreet.
Ah. I thought you might have had a song named after you or something, and having my name is Blake, and then all of a sudden people would just fire up with this whole thing, right? Is that why probably?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, and it's a crappy song. I bet it
Yeah,
sucks. It's really embarrassing when that happens.
it is. It's
When you
very
have a
embarrassing.
name that people wrote songs for. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah.
yeah. Mine was called "To the Window, to the Wall."
Das window.
By the wall.
That is fantastic. Uh, um, you know what? You guys can go ahead and give yourself one experience each.
Sweet.
All right. So
Up.
you head to sector 1459, and as you guys know, the Umbra Club is a cantina / nightclub, and it caters to a less than upstanding clientele. It's kind of a frequent haunt for death stick dealers and the addicts. And if you were looking in a galactic travel log of must-see locations, this would never be on it.
Hmm.
However, the elaborate holovids outside of the club portray it as an upscale dancing establishment because everybody needs a cover.
Sure.
And when you get inside, you notice the rather, I guess to you guys it wouldn't be acrid, it would be almost homey. It's the combined odor of stale liquor and burning death sticks. There's other rank substances that wash over your collective experience. However, you find a collection of sparse tables. A bunch of the chairs are half broken, which is just absolutely charming. It really adds to the whole decor. Tattered couches adorn the corners, and a series of private booths, wink wink, line the right wall. And each one has a ragged curtain pulled shut. And Pike, you know what goes on. Private dance lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the center of this.
Watch me nay nay. Pike, as he's walking in, he's kind of like pulling. He has like the kind of longer hair, not super long, but all one length, and he's kind of pulling it down over his face, and he also pulls up his goggles that hang around his neck. Even though he doesn't need them, he's just kind of like.
He just is doing it for anonymity.
Yeah, he's trying to look somewhat different, and he goes, I don't know, Das, what do you want to do? You just want to grab a table and watch? If this Nikto guy is the kind of guy I think he is, I bet he'll be coming out of one of those curtains here anytime in a few seconds here.
As you're discussing this, you guys also happen to see at the bar a Godel slinging drinks to some humans on one end, and a lot of the patrons looked really relaxed. I mean, some of them look kind of hyped up on death sticks. And there's a beautiful, this is the only thing that's beautiful in the entire place. There's a splattering of color coming from the center, from this light show emitter. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I wasn't
trying
sure if you were finished. Okay, so there's a light show that's starting up.
Oh no, it's been playing since you walked in.
Okay. All right, I guess I draw my eyes over there and see, if there's anything to note. Other than that, is it like kind of going to music or something, or is it?
Yeah, it's going to the music of the club.
Are a lot of people watching it, or are they kind of oblivious to it? Is it something that's always going on and people are
Yeah,
used
it's something
to it?
that's always going on.
Okay.
There are some people who are watching it. They're like really into it. That too.
Laser size snoodle. Or Max Rebo, the laser show.
You said you were looking for stuff?
I was saying to Das that maybe we could just grab some drinks sit in one of the empty tables and watch for a while and see if he's turning up. And I just made a comment that, if this is the kind of guy that I think he is, he's probably behind one of those curtains. But it's just a comment, Just kind of gonna take in the traffic and see if there's if we can see him in the crowd, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying to
So if
blend
we
in
see
and
him,
relax, but
yeah. So yeah, if we see him there and he gets out and he wipes off his mouth, then yeah. But anyway.
I mean, could I do like a perception?
That's what I was going to suggest.
Okay. Cool.
Go ahead and do a perception check, and because of all the noise and distractions, I'd like you to take a setback dice along with a difficulty of 2. So go ahead and roll that, and you guys have bar banter. I will be right back because I need to go deal with something at the moment.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see, the setback die, is that the black one or the red one?
It's the black one.
Black one, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to roll on this or not, but I would assume we'd both be looking.
You got eyes too, right?
Last I checked. Wait, how did I check? Perception. Yeah, well, at least I had skill in that.
Yeah, I guess this is live, so if there's anybody watching or if there's people watching later, I keep forgetting that, that they may expect this to be entertaining during this time, and I'm not used to having to be entertaining.
Yeah.
The GM's not here, so, yeah.
And me without my mandolin.
Without the mandolin. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So there's probably a Twi'lek walking around selling shots, right? Trying to push shots of alcohol because this is a nightclub.
Yep, and giving away space bottle openers.
Space bottle openers, or light, what would it be, the lighters, right? And there always people in bars are always giving away the lighters. What would be the Star Wars version of lighters?
So sorry about that. Things happening in my household.
We were trying to imagine all the analogs for real nightclubs here, like the girl, trying to pawn the lighters, and and like the shots, the shot girl, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Star Wars.
So, Arjuno, you do not see Nikto.
Okay.
However, you do see what might be an older Doran Greff. She's hanging out at the bar with a couple other humans.
Crap. Yeah.
That being said, we'll inform, and because you see her, that actually works perfectly with your threat that you
sure
drew up. You are feeling really frazzled. Go ahead and take 2 more strain.
Okay.
Now,
how many credits do we say we're gonna get for this job? Because
DOS, you notice that, let's see, there are a lot of blasters in the room. It seems like everybody is strapped. But you don't see Spang or Nikto. Which, by the way, Nikto is the guy who was hoarding what was left over from Sping's sting, I guess.
Sting.
Yes.
Okay.
And his son, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay. So inside Pike's mind, he's sitting there and he's kind of staring down at his drink, and part of him wants to just run out of this room. Part of him wants to talk to Griff, and then the business side of him is like going, if anybody from my old crew might tell me where to find Nikto, it might be her, but she might throw a drink in my face too. So.
Oh, she might do more than that.
Yep.
Say, yeah. Word of warning. From what I can see around here, there could be a second light show if anything erupts. Just, just bear with me on that.
Mm. And
All right.
as I'm watching, are people coming and going from? Are couples like entering those curtains,
Um,
or is it like a business transaction sort of thing?
some of them look larger than others. And for some of them, there are indeed couples, and then others, it looks like groups of 4, maybe 5, and that might just be more weird levels of fun, or it could be business.
Especially the odd man out.
I'm kind of wondering. I
I'm
mean,
the fifth. Damn it.
are there? I guess what I'm wondering is if there are women that are leaving, going in there with someone, coming out, getting someone else after that's done, and going. You know what I mean? If there's like, is there like a
Traffic,
girl
yeah.
that works a room? Because I'm trying to find a subtle way to talk to somebody. My intention is to find a subtle way to talk to somebody to where I can give a description and see if he's been here.
It does look like that is the case. However, as you guys are, as you're contemplating this, the individual who is serving drinks, the Godel, he comes up to you and he says, "Oh, hello, what can I get you?"
I'm trying to think of I don't know names of Star Wars drinks, but I guess I would order something normal. What would be a Star Wars drink? I'm at a loss, man.
There's
I want an ion reactor.
You know,
Pick
okay,
me up
you know
one of
what?
those.
You know that the ion reactor is almost 100% alcohol. If you are drinking it and you don't have any hair on your chest, you will be a Wookiee in the morning. So he goes, "Ion reactor. Are you sure you can handle that?"
Yeah. Look, who are you talking to, man? Of course I can handle it.
Yeah, he's
I'm Nikto.
Yeah, you. Well, he's Pike, man. Come on.
I like give him this huge kick in the leg.
And he goes, "Pike."
No, I was like, yeah, you know him. He's back. Stick guy with the pointy end guy. Thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I can handle it. Is what my friend said.
So ion reactor.
Ion reactor.
And he just goes back to the bar, looking at DOS. And
oh, by the way, I like a pan-galactic gargle blaster, and with an extra large brick.
He goes, "Okay," and he goes back behind the bar, and he looks really off put, and he comes back, and your drink, Pike, is basically just clear. There is a slight yellow tinge to it, but other than that, you can just see straight through it.
Yeah, he wasn't alone with that drink, was he?
Say what?
He wasn't alone with that drink, was he?
No,
I'm asking that to Pike.
And your drink, he hands you a very wide glass, and it has lots of different types of fruit in it. and a seemingly syrupy sludge in the glass.
I don't know what he's trying to say with that drink choice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what you ordered?
No. No.
Pike isn't gonna. He's not gonna drink this drink. It's gonna sit there, and he's gonna carry it with him.
Okay. He says, "Is there anything else I can get for you?"
Hey,
a girl, perhaps.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
A girl, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. Send somebody over.
All right. just for the sake of speeding the process up, what are you into?
Pike like rolls his eyes like, man, he's feeling like, Jesus, man, I just want to talk to somebody, like,
Tell him that and see what happens.
He's like, yeah, he actually says that. He's like, what the hell, man? A girl, one that has all her limbs? Maybe not.
And he goes, you just want to talk. You're still gonna pay, right?
Oh no, yeah, actually, no, I'm not gonna just talk. But hey, my friend Nick hangs in here sometimes, and he told me about just this amazing specimen of a woman. Do you know who he's talking about? I can't remember the name.
There was Nick 2 bounty hunter in here recently. He had a meeting with a death stick dealer. And name a Spang.
Spang?
By the way, I accidentally got the names mixed up. It is Nick 2.
Nick 2?
That's the guy that you're looking for.
Right, we're looking to Nick 2. He's the one that took some of the spice and is hiding somewhere, right? And Sping is the dude.
He's a skittish death stick dealer.
Oh, okay. Hey, where's Sping?
He goes, well, I think he's busy right now. However, he drops his hand on the table. Something might come to mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a couple credits down. I have no idea of the currency, I guess, of what we would normally pay for something like this. But.
The drinks each cost 5 credits. How many credits do you put in his hand, though?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm sitting here thinking, how many credits do I have left? I think I have. Oh, Rob's got all the credits. I'm like, my buddy here is gonna pay because he's got the money from the speed bar.
Yeah, you each have 150. That's how much you got from Chopper.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna. I'll drop like 10 credits. See what he does.
He looks at it and he goes, "Wow, my memory is really failing me."
All right. I'll throw it at 20.
20 more?
Yeah, 20 more.
Okay. He goes, and he goes, that all? If you want, you can try and make a negotiation check with him if you'd like.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's get used to this. I go, hey man, it's money for just breathing a little bit of info. I mean, come on, it's a little bit of effort,
And go ahead and make that negotiation check at 1 purple and 1 red.
Okay, 1 purple, 1 red. So I've just got. Would that be cunning? Negotiation? Or present? Oh, it's presence.
Yes.
I'm gonna flip let's get crazy. Let's flip one of these. And 1 success, 2 threat.
2.
Okay. He goes, okay, fine. Spang is over there, and he points to one of the booths, and he goes, just bother him too much. He does his business here. Be careful when you approach him. He's kind of on edge all the time. That being said, it's been lovely conversing with you gentlemen. And he takes the credits and he heads back to the bar. As a result of your threat, though, you do notice Griff eyeing you
I'm like, uh, hey Das,
Yeah. You
you
know,
you
by the way, I think it does smell like he does his business over there.
Das, we need to get moving. And plus, aren't you the smooth one?
What do you think?
Well, let's find out. Let's go talk to Sping. Let's go
That
talk to Sping and let's move quickly. And I'm gonna get up and try to, you know, even if it's the longest way around to get to where he pointed where Sping is, I'm gonna try and blend into some people because I'm walking. You know that feeling when you run into an ex and
that's
she's not
someone
even
you really don't want to deal with.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So yeah. Go ahead and roll a stealth check and give yourself a blue boost die since this place is so confusing.
Okay.
And have it at a difficulty of 2.
2. Okay. So.
Actually, hold on. It's not a difficulty of 2. This is actually a contested check.
Okay.
So she is going to be rolling against you.
Okay. So I've got, let's see, stealth.
So as long as you generate 1 success, you're fine.
Okay. So so do I put in her skill? Is that the way it
No,
goes?
I already put in her skill.
Oh, okay. So you just need this. Okay. So I've got, yeah. Here we go. Yay!
Bam. All right, go ahead and narrate how you slip away from her prying eyes.
All right. I stand up and I kind of, I got one hand scratching my head, so my arms barring my face, and I get up from the table, and there's like a group of heavy drinkers are going by, and I go, Han, old buddy. The guy looks at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like going, isn't it? No, that's not you, man. Hey, man, what's going on? And then as soon as some other people walk in, then I walk over and I tell them that the girl over there, I don't know if you know Griff, but she's been asking about you. Go over and say hi. You won't regret it. And then
he goes, oh, okay, and he.
Yep. And then I blend into the crowd at that point. So I'm trying to kind of act like I know somebody, so there's a reason that I'm getting up, and then as other people come in, then I'm trying to get a group of people to move toward her so I can have some people between her and I as I blend into the crowd and kind of make my way around to Sping.
All right, so that idiot you sent her way starts chatting her up, and he just looks she looks like she's really annoyed. But she's not paying attention to you anymore. Doss, what are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of wander over and that's what is his name? Sping?
Yes.
Is that the guy that's over there?
Yes.
I just kind of wander over there in that direction and kind of hear what I can hear.
Fantastic. Okay, so you both end up getting there. And it's difficult to hear anything over the din of the crowd. However, it does sound like someone's making a deal.
Okay.
So someone's
over
making
some
a deal with
leftover
him,
spice.
currently making a deal with him. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's eavesdrop. I think I'm curious about what Doss is curious about. I wonder if the deal has anything to do with the rest of the spice, or stolen spice, and see if we can suss that out.
Both of you roll a perception check with 2 difficulty and 1 setback.
Okay. And let's do perception, cunning, so I get 3. I'm gonna trying to decide. It's funny. You think you want to use all the Destiny dice for combat, but I kind of like using them to try and get plot stuff if I can.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend that and upgrade my check. Unless you were gonna, Rob.
You. Nope.
So we've just made it the dark side, the dark side.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, just so you know, Rob, you were supposed to take out that challenge die and put a setback die, which is the little black one. So go ahead and re-roll that because that's not the correct dice algorithm.
Nope. It'd be nice if they should do where the hover actually tells you what die that is. That'd be nice.
I did get
I'm
it.
pretty sure it does.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, it just says dice roller when you.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so
I'm just a flat out
you
failure
hear
either way.
nothing, Doss. You just hear the thrum of the crowd.
And probably there was some nasty gaseous stuff coming out of that drink that if you call it a drink.
And you, however, Pike, hear, so, yeah, just make sure no one sees you with it. It's not a big deal. Just take a couple pieces, shove them in your mouth, and lie down. That's all you need to do. Okay? And you're, okay. And he's like, okay, go leave, please. And you see a very scrawny, hollow-eyed woman walk out with a small black pouch. And she looks at you two, and then she just like runs away.
Okay. I just go ahead and let her. Doesn't sound like it was related to what we were talking about. So he's sitting. Is he sitting by himself now, Spang? Is it a he?
You can't see inside. The curtain's drawn.
Oh, that's another curtain kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you like to open the curtain?
I guess that's I don't know what the protocol is. I don't know if that's to yank open the curtain, if that's something you'd normally want to do. But anyway, there's probably some hentai tentacle porn going on in there or something. Yeah, I'm gonna open the curtain.
All right. When you pull the curtain open, you see a scrawny, sketchy-looking human with brown hair, brown eyes, and he looks like he's fiddling with a death stick in his hand, and there's a small stack of credits on the table. He goes, "Hey, what the hell is this?"
Are you decent?
Yeah, he's wearing clothing.
Yeah, no, I'm asking.
Do I know, with my one rank of Streetwise, do I know the going rate of a death stick, or what he would make off an average deal?
Regular just death stick one death stick will probably cost you 5 credits. That's probably why they're so widely used. It's super cheap.
Right.
And it'll get you high.
Okay. And that's primarily what my understanding is of what he sells, right? Or these little kind of small town time death stick kind of deals, right?
Yeah. And he goes, "Listen, if you're not looking to buy, please leave."
Well, I'm looking definitely to help you make some money, if you're willing to listen.
And he goes, "Please, gentlemen, sit down.
All right.
I would appreciate an audience with you." And he goes, "However, please keep your hands on top of the table. I would feel very uncomfortable if you were to not have them where I could see them."
Well,
Yeah,
full disclosure, that's not what I use to fire my blasters, so that's fine.
Okay. He goes, What can I do for you?"
Well, I'm trying to make contact with that old friend of ours, and kind of scuttlebutt is that you might know where I can find him, and a certain amount of money could be for the information. A certain amount of the money could be forgetting that we ever talked to you.
Well, the information are you looking for?
You ever do business with a man named Nictu?
No. Why?
I'm like, Spang, come on. Do you know me?
No.
Do you know my name?
No.
I know yours.
Okay.
Okay. I also know that you know Nictu. Come on, man. You can help me. We can put some credits in your hand. Let's not play games. Let's just be straight with each other.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, Das. What do you think we should do? I thought this
You
was
guys,
going to go
you guys
a
want
lot
to roll?
different.
Do you guys want to roll a check to see if you can tell whether or not he's lying?
Sure. Well, we kind of know that somebody's lying, right? It's either the bartender or him. So, but
Would
yeah.
that be perception or skullduggery or?
Let's go with perception.
Okay.
Okay. 2, 3.
And make the difficulty 1 purple and 1 red.
I think I get everybody.
Yay!
Okay. Wow, you're on it tonight, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the both of you can tell that this guy doesn't seem like he's lying. And with the added bonus of that advantage, Das, you get the idea that maybe Nictu is an alias, and this guy might know him under another name.
Do we have the hollow thing, or do we just gotta give it to him?
You can pull it up on a data pad.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna use any words. I'm just gonna go boop boop boop, bring it up, and slide the pad over to him. I go Nictu.
That's not Nictu. That's Kalto.
Kalto. So, tell me about the last time you talked to Kalto, please.
We talked a little bit about some business, but that's none of your business, unless we're talking about information dealing.
Yeah, we could talk about some information. I'm gonna defer. I feel like I'm kind of doing a lot here, so I'm gonna go. Das, show him the credits. With kind of a smirk on his face, because this is kind of like half. Hey man, Das, you're a scoundrel, dude. Handle this, and a half like, hey man, I'm not giving up any more of my share of the credits.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab. Oops, lost my headset. Dadgummit. Just gonna grab 50 credits and I'll go. There's your down payment. Let's start talking now. Let's get down to brass tacks, buddy.
To be honest, the kind of information you're asking for me to even consider divulging to you, because this is a trusted client of mine, is 200 credits. Maybe 175 if you're willing to throw in some other form of incentive to me.
Well, here's the thing, man. It's like, you must be. I look at Dawson and I go, man, the death stick business must be a lot more lucrative these days than back when I used to live here. And say, well, so 175. And that really depends on the quality of information. We're doing business here, are we not?
And he goes, yes, however, I am the one divulging information to you about my people. If I'm to give up my people, I need a little something more. Now, of course, I have my price. And I've told you my price.
I can respect that. So here's our end of the deal, right? So we put down the 175 credits, and we better get some good information we can use, or we might walk out of here with more credits than what we came in with. And then I put my blast on the table. But we could do business at 175 credits.
Oh, okay. His hands go in his pocket, and he goes, fine. We'll talk then. So sometimes Kato comes around here to acquire, deals for his merchandise after some jobs. He likes the sabak over at the Spider. I hear that he kind of owes them some money, and he usually brings me some valuable stuff to sell on jobs. Because I like the finer things in life. And he pulls out one of his hands, and it has a golden watch on it. And attached to the watch is a comm link, and it looks nice. And as he shows you this, the curtain is pulled back, and you see a guy with a blaster pistol, and he's pointing it straight at your head. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight, fellas.
Okay.
And I hope you guys had some fun.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I am running a slightly modified version of a pre-made game, which the only reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to get a feel for what the regular creators try and do with this game. And also my brain's been fried this weekend. So I hope it was still fun. Normally I do my own stuff. And I'm glad that you guys are having fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Go ahead and if you guys, by the way, if you guys have a YouTube channel, you can go ahead and plug yourself here, and give your final farewells to the individuals watching.
Sure. I post some videos. There's only a handful of them. I don't do them very often, but I post under the screen name GameFoo70, and you can find that on YouTube. Just GameFoo, one word, GAMEFU. Not meaning FU, but 70. And there's just a lot of times I do responses to some of the brigade stuff. There's some stuff on there, but stop by, listen, say hi, subscribe if you feel like it. But anyway, thanks for watching.
And I got nothing. I don't really do the YouTube channels or anything, but I do play these games here and there. But it's been a lot of fun to play, and looking forward to the next session.
Fantastic. I'm Aaron Justin Bryant from Table Knights Entertainment, and this has been Star Wars for a few credits more. Join us next week in this episodic tale. Have a lovely